A bite-sized quickie of a game, find your girlfriend and avoid her parents and neighbors in this humorous tongue-in-cheek top-down stealth game. Navigate the corridors of the big city, then change it up using the powers of the Love Transport Authority, with love as your guide. Welcome to episode 53 of the 5 T's of Stealth, where we will be discussing love in tiny spaces. Once again, the 5 T's include tasks, terrain, tools, threats, and tension. These are what I consider to be the fundamentals of stealth gaming. There are 43 different levels present in this title. Of those 43 levels, 42 of them have the same objective. All you are trying to do is get to your girlfriend without getting spotted within the time limit. If you are too slow, she will cancel her plans with you. When you get to your girlfriend, you need to walk into her, which will form a heart over both characters, which slowly fills up. Once the heart is full, the mission is complete. The final mission, Mission 43, is very different as it simply has you decorating you and your girlfriend's new home. That's it. That's really it. There is a ton of charm with the characters and the personality of the game, but it's not something I really want to go into detail about. There's just some cute romance going on and some nosy neighbors trying to learn all that they can. There are 4 main locations throughout the game. The first location is where your girlfriend lives. I hesitate to call this its own separate locale, but the next location is the same as the first, but now it is nighttime as your girlfriend has classes during the day. The third location is the mall, as your girlfriend and her friend wish to go shopping. There are certain stalls having sales in the mall that will actually attract and distract some of the people searching for you. The final location is a hotel as you and your girlfriend are participating in a bit of a staycation. The locations are all pretty simple with only a few mechanics at play. This includes vases that break when you bump into them, light switches, crowds of people, an intercom or loudspeaker that can be activated to move the crowds, and a pressure plate that also draws the attention of the crowd. These crowds are simply a bunch of people in one location who move as a group. When called, the crowd will quickly run and stun anyone in their path, including you or your pursuers. I like the style of the game, and each area does look unique, and while each level is a separate location within each section, the changes are very minor from level to level. There is one major aspect of the level design that makes this game unique. It is not present in every level, but it is present in most. On the map, there will be large white lines that you can drag to fold over the map. Some levels will have multiple areas to fold, with there usually being 2 or 3 lines. These folds are on a timer and will return to their original form once that timer runs out. You can also only have one fold active at a time. This doesn't add any crazy mechanics, it's basically just altering the layout of a specific area so that you can walk through a previously blocked or guarded path and find your girlfriend. In other words, you basically take room A and replace it with room B temporarily. There is basically zero player creativity in this game, and as far as I can tell, there's really only one way to complete each level, making it a borderline stealth puzzle game. If you thought the other sections were short, then get prepared for the shortest in the history of the 5 T's of stealth. General movement feels solid, with access to a sprint. However, this sprint is more like a dash and just quickly moves you forward a short distance. All enemies in this game have a vision cone you must avoid. Sometimes touching this vision code would be an immediate fail, while other times it seemed to actually prompt a bar to start filling up. It definitely felt a little inconsistent, but this also depends on the enemy as the vision cone behavior varies. The first 2 enemies are a couple of your girlfriend's neighbors, Ah Ma and Ah Gong. They have the most basic behavior in the game with a standard vision cone. Usually, Ah Gong does not move and stares in one direction or pans over an area, while Ah Ma is usually walking around guarding a specific path. I'd like to take this time to once again apologize for my poor pronunciation of the names. Once the game switches to nighttime, the ghosts come out. Ghosts do not have a vision cone and instead are akin to an environmental hazard. Touching a ghost will stun you, but other than that, you can get as close as you want. Ghosts typically stay in one spot or move between 2. They are also weak to light sources and can be walked through if you shine a light on them. Next, let's talk about the bike or scooter riders. There's one enemy type that quickly rides across a hallway on a bike or a scooter or something and will run you over if you're in their path. You don't have to worry about being seen, you only have to worry about being flattened. They also provide a light source and can be used to disable the ghosts. The next set of neighbors is Auntie Amy and Uncle Raj, as well as their kids Adrian and Anna. Auntie Amy has a very long and narrow vision cone, and upon seeing you, will start chasing you. As long as she doesn't catch you, you're in the clear. Uncle Raj has the strangest vision cone, as it isn't directly attached to his character model, but rather out in front of it. Other than that, it's pretty standard, and walking into it will fail you. The kids have very small vision cones, but are unpredictable with random pathing. If they spot you, then again, it's game over. Last but not least are your co-workers, Candace and Terry, who are definitely not in a secret relationship. When they are present on a level, they block your ability to fold 1 point on the map. To fix this, you simply need to bring them within line of sight of one another, as they will meet up and proceed to form the heart, much like you and your girlfriend at the end of each level. Love in Tiny Spaces is definitely not a hard game in any way, shape, or form. Hell, if you're struggling on a mission and repeatedly failing, the game will ask you if you want to skip that level. Once you get the hang of things, the game is very simple and much more puzzle-like in nature, as you have to figure out the correct pathing of each level and when to fold over each area. The timer can add a little bit of stress, I suppose, but even if you run out of time, you'll know what you need to do on the following run, making the timer irrelevant and mostly a one-time thing. The most unique part of the gameplay is the fold mechanic, and while it is enjoyable, it isn't going to be this life-changing encounter. The real reason you'll want to play this game is the charm. The art style, the animations, the music, the character designs, everything is just so appealing. Just look at the animation for the heart filling up when you reunite with your girlfriend. She gets the cutest look on her face at the bottom left of the screen. Love in Tiny Spaces is a very short, sweet, and simple game with a very short and simple review accompanying it. With a playtime of just under an hour, the game still manages to impress with its immaculate vibes and charming personality, which in my opinion is all that it sets out to do.